What is up, man? We are back.
What's going on, man?
The football season is kicked off, man. It's good to see you. How you doing this weekend, man? How you doing?
I'm, I'm feeling good. To start the NFL season off with a Cowboys loss and a Chiefs loss, I'm
Oh,
feeling good. I'm
right,
feeling good about
right.
this morning.
Yeah, for
I think we
sure.
all won. We all won in week one. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to kick it off with these games. But how you feeling after the Philly win against Dallas?
I
Has
feel
to feel
really
good.
good, man. You see, I have my Christmas lights on in the background. It's not Christmas, but it feels like it. It feels like it's
It
the most
does.
wonderful time of the year.
Yeah.
Starting off 1-0 always feels good, of course. I get to see it in college in the NFL, so we're back. Football season is kicked off. The Eagles it was a bumpy start. Jalen Carter and everything, and what happened with that. We'll see how that goes. I mean, especially after the report today talking about how they really want to crack down on sportsmanship and everything. I mean, we might be looking at a 6 game, even longer suspension. Honestly, I don't really know how that's going to go, but
That's kind of what I expect with it. Yeah, it's just unacceptable for the league. But Uh, on the Philly side, I mean, I thought they started off really hot. I mean, so did Dak. Dak looked great in this game. The numbers don't really show that. Javante Williams getting into the end zone twice, falling in, averaging 3.6. It was like we knew that we know that Dallas has to run the ball and that Javante can carry the workload, but CD Lamb looked like the best receiver and also the worst receiver on the field. I don't know how that's
exactly,
possible, but
exactly.
4 drops is crazy for somebody like him. And the diving catch at the end, fourth down, one of the toughest catches to make in the NFL. But if you're that guy and you're getting paid that much and you're in the 1% of receivers, you got to catch that ball.
Yeah, 100%, man. But yeah, like you said, Dak looked really good. I think he's somebody that people are going to be able to depend on for fantasy football this year. I think he's going to be great for
Mm-hmm.
football, but obviously his health is that's very reliant on his health. But man, how about your boy Justin Herbert?
Showing out. I was, in our preseason predictions, I had the Chargers winning the division and also winning that game, and I think that I was a little like I was a little bit surprised with how many times they passed the ball. I thought it was going to be a little bit more run heavy,
Right?
but the offensive line kind of struggled in the running game. Held up in the passing game though, but I think it's kind of like Baltimore last year where you had these like it looked like the O line for Baltimore really was kind of shaky and it was going to be kind of nervous for Henry owners, but I think that though Greg Roman will get that patched up and good to see. I think this is the best receiving core that Herbert's had in his career. Mike Williams was always hurt. Keenan Allen's banged up. Austin Eckler was getting banged up, and he really only had Keenan Allen to go to for the majority of his time there. But to have him back looks like Keenan Allen's fresh. Quentin Johnston's actually catching the ball. There, he had one drop, but he's going to always have one drop.
Yeah, and it was a tough catch
But
too in the end zone with the defender
it
was kind
was.
of draped on him. So I'll give him a pass on that drop, I suppose.
Yeah, after catching 2 touchdowns, it's kind of easier to let that one
Yeah,
slide.
yeah,
But
for sure.
Herbert looked surgical. I mean, it's a matter of time before Herbert and Harbaugh wins a Super Bowl. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's going to
you're
happen
right.
this year, but I think that it's coming.
It could, man. It could though. But yeah, you ready to kick it off?
Yeah, man. What you got? What games you got first?
Well, I got the Giants at Washington. Divisional game. We got a lot of divisional games starting off early this year. Last year most of the divisional games were later in the season. This year they're very early, and it's exciting, man. But we had the Giants against the Commanders in Washington. The Commanders are favored by 6 points with an over/under of 45.5. We'll see. We'll see what they do. The Commanders trade away Brian Robinson, and we're going against a really tough front seven with in New York. But it'll be interesting to see what that offense brings. Adding a few pieces. With Cam Scatterboo and Antoine Wells and Jackson Dart, but Russell Wilson. I mean, it's going to be a completely different offense, I think, from the Giants. How do you think? How do you
Yeah.
think this game's going to shake out?
I don't know if the Commanders cover. I'm definitely picking them to win this game, especially with it being in Washington. But the front seven for the Giants they're going to surprise people. They're going to keep them in the game. I think. Whether that secondary holds up for New York, I don't know. We'll see. But I expect this to be a tough divisional game. What are we getting out of the Commanders' running backs? We expect Austin Eckler to be the number one, but the new hotness, Bill Krosky, he is listed fourth on the depth chart. People drafting him in fifth, sixth rounds of fantasy drafts, because it's just insane. It's going to be interesting to see what we get out of that backfield. But Terry McLaurin, you know, missed some time because of the holdout. Is the chemistry still there? the reports out of Washington was that it's like he never left. It's like he's always been there. Of course, he didn't leave, but it's like he's been there. The chemistry's still there, according to Jaden Daniels. But I think Washington's going to win a tight, close game. I think I probably would take the under because I think that if these teams were running at full speed, I think 45 and a half is the right under over. But being week one, I expect it to be a little slower start, but I got Washington winning this game. But I don't think I have them covering.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I would take the Giants to cover on this one. And yeah, I would take the under too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, week one we're going to see a slow start. The offense is going to be a little bit different. Terry McLaurin didn't hit training camp. You don't have Brian Robinson back there, and yeah, the new hotness Bill. his over under for rushing yards is actually like 35 and a half, which seems ridiculously high for me for a fourth string running back rookie drafted in the seventh round.
Yeah, yeah.
I have some props to give out later, but that will be one of them. But yeah, I feel kind of the exact same way as you. We'll see how the secondary holds up against McLaurin and Debo Samuel. That'll be interesting to see how he operates in this offense. I think he could be really good, especially with Cliff Kingsbury
Yeah,
on
yeah, I
OC.
agree.
I think we're going to see a good Commanders team, but like you said, not at full speed. So give me the under and give me the Giants to cover here.
100% Washington to win, but yeah, they're not going to cover. And what do we get out of is hopefully Malik Neighbors? He keeps popping up on this injury report back the foot. I mean he's expected to play. I feel good about it if I have Malik Neighbors. Anybody else on this Giants team? Tyrone Tracy. How you feel about Tyrone Tracy?
Yeah, I mean, he was on my do not draft list as far as fantasy football goes. I think he could be good for football, and I think you're going to see a split backfield. But for fantasy
Mm-hmm.
football, I mean, I just don't think the volume's going to be there. I don't think they're going to be in a situation where they can have the luxury to run the football so much. Because I don't know. I don't really know what to expect. Honestly, it's such a weird dynamic with them drafting Cam Scadaboo, who I think is a better football player than Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, I think so too. I
So
think so too. Cam Scotty looked amazing.
yeah,
It's like, how did he slip to what was it, the third round? I mean,
yeah, the fourth
it
or
was a
third
deep
one.
running back class. So, yeah, fourth or third. I think it might have been the
It might
fourth,
have been the fourth. I think it was day three.
it's- but the running back class was so deep. I mean, all the way down to this when Ollie Gordon got taken in the sixth or seventh, whenever it was. It's like, Raheem Sanders going undrafted. The running back class was super deep. But if it was like a more neutral class, I think he would have went in day two.
I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Cincinnati. Anything else you want to go over with this game?
No, just keep an eye out, for the whole Zach Ertz situation. I mean, it's interesting to see what he does. Um, I don't know, man. It's so tricky because you've got some offenses that I feel like a lot of change is coming to the Commanders, and a lot of change has already come to the Giants. So this is going to be a really fun game to watch to see what happens in the future of these teams, especially with Brian Dable and Dan Quinn.
Definitely. Also keep an eye on tight end Ty Johnson for the Giants, who's an athletic
Yeah,
freak. I think that
Theo
he's
Johnson.
Theo Johnson. Thank you,
Yep,
Theo Johnson. 6'5", 6'6",
250. He's massive.
runs like a 4.4 tight end.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah, and we know that the tight end tends to show out when the team doesn't have a legitimate number two, and I think that's the case here. But Cincinnati at Cleveland, is this a trap game?
Yes.
Cincinnati always starts slow. I feel like it could be. Cleveland favored by five, or I'm sorry, Cincinnati favored by 5.5 under over 47.5. I expect Burrow and Chase and Higgins to come out firing here, and I think they're going to. I'm going to say they cover. I'm going to say they cover this game. The defense is going to have its struggles for sure, but I don't really believe in Joe Flacco. I mean, he's 40-something years old, and the backfield's muddy right now. They're going to make plays, and this game could be competitive, but I really see Cincinnati for the first time in a long time having the off season, no injuries for Burrow, no injuries for Higgins, yeah, no injuries for Higgins, and I think the chemistry is going to be there. Maybe Zach Taylor have them ready. I feel good about him though, and obviously Chase Brown is slated to have a good game here, but I think they cover and I think they win here. What about you?
Yeah, I actually agree with you 100%. I got the Bengals covering this game. It is divisional, and 5.5 could be a lot, especially on the road.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see, like you said, I don't see Joe Flacco and the Browns being able to keep up with this Bengals offense. I don't care how bad their defense is. They did sign Trey Hendrickson, which I think is huge, and they added a few pieces.
They needed that.
Who was the D lineman they added from South Carolina, or the linebacker? I apologize. The Bengals added in the draft. Great linebacker. They added some pieces they needed in the draft. I think the defense could be a little improved,
Yeah,
but I just don't think that Joe Flacco can keep up with Joe Burrow in this offense. Um, and
yeah, they're definitely going to need. I don't know, Quinshon Judkins. He just got signed. I don't know if he's going to see any time.
I
I
doubt it.
highly
I
doubt it.
doubt it.
Yeah, so you're going to see, Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson, and it's going to be a mixed bag. So it's like, do they even like? Yeah, Judy and Njoku, they can have big games, but I don't know. I just don't feel good about Cleveland. We know Cincinnati can start slow, but I just don't see it happening this year. I wouldn't put my money on it.
Yeah,
I think Cincinnati covers.
I think your take of you know, excuse me. I think your take of them being able to play this offseason and practice with Joe Burrow, I think that's going to be a big factor in them covering the spread, but I also have the over on this game. I think.
Okay.
I mean, I could easily see the Bengals playing 30 points on this Browns defense, and the Browns trying to keep up. I mean, 31 to what 21. I could see that being the score. 31-24 or something like that. I think this is going to be a very
Yeah,
high scoring, fun game for fantasy football. Like just what we want.
yeah. I'm hesitant to take overs in the first couple weeks, but yeah, I could definitely see this going over too. Anybody on any sneaky plays for the Browns? Obviously, Judy is probably in,
Jerome
and
Ford.
Joku's in for you. Jerome
Jerome
Ford,
Ford
you
could be
think he could be?
sneaky. Yeah, I mean, it's just
Yeah,
what it's him and then a bunch of rookie backups. So
Dylan Sampson. Yeah,
yeah, I don't see him getting much contested, for those carries, especially because Jerome
yeah,
Ford is also pretty good in the passing game, and I could see
he
him
is.
being used big time for somebody like Joe Flacco who maybe can't move the ball downfield as much or he doesn't have a strong of an arm. I mean, what is he, 41 years old, 40 years old, something like that. So
Hmm. Yeah,
Jerome Ford's kind of sneaky for me. I'm very interested to see what Harold Fanning at Bowling Springs
backup tight
or
end.
Bowling Green.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm excited to see how he does. But yeah, not much on the Browns side of the ball, and on the Bengals, you already named all those studs out of there. So I think
yeah.
the
You're
Bengals.
starting all your Bengals.
Yeah, exactly.
Cedric Tillman could be a little sneaky in this game too. I know there's not a lot of like talks about him coming out of camp, but he showed out last year, and I think as a wide receiver too, he can make a big play.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Let's move on to the Steelers in New York against the Jets. The Steelers are actually favored -3 and over under of 37.5.
God, it's going to be a nasty game.
Yeah, I think that over
Fun
under
game
is
though.
right, man. That's a hard one. I don't know. I guess I would take the over just because it's so low. But God,
It's so
dude,
low.
maybe it should be this low. I mean, Aaron Rodgers looked
I know.
terrible last year. I mean, Justin Fields is Justin Fields, who also has looked terrible his whole career.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I could see this game easily being the under. Two defensive teams um, in New York. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess give me the Steelers to win this game, but
I'm taking Pittsburgh.
I'm taking the Steelers to win just because that's what they do. That's what Mike Tomlin does. He wins. Um, and I think the addition to DK Metcalf and Caleb Johnson, that's going to really beef up this team. And obviously, you have Pat Fryermuth and Jonnu Smith on the team now. You're going to see some really heavy packages, and I think this is going to be a slugfest of a game. So yeah, give me the Steelers to win. Um, give me the under too on this game, man. What do
Give
you
me the
think?
under. I'm taking the under, and I'm
What do you
taking
think?
Pittsburgh to win too. Both these teams are going to try to grind and run the clock down, which is going to be more beneficial for the under over. And I think that both of these teams are going to have to use both running backs because the Steelers don't really have anybody outside, like for the wide receiver position, other than DK Metcalf. And honestly, you can put Sauce Gardner on him, and I believe Sauce Gardner is going to win that matchup straight up. I don't think DK profiles as a guy who can go out there and beat top five elite DB. I've always said that. I feel like his numbers have been declining for the past 4 years, but I like him in more neutral to worse teams as far as his production going forward. But against this defense, against Sauce Gardner, I'm not a big fan, but it's gonna be high volume. He's the only guy out there that can catch outside for the receiving group. The tight ends
Yeah,
they have some
Scotty
capable
Miller
tight ends.
and Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson, Ben Skoranek, like it's not good. It's not
Not
good.
good.
So
So
maybe Roman
they're
Wilson will
going to
take a
want to
step,
run the
but
ball.
mm,
But the same thing on the Jet side. I mean, they got Mason Taylor at tight end, so they got some promise at tight end. But like, who's that Alan Lazard? Who's that number two receiver? We don't really know. So both
yeah,
these teams are going to kind of run this clock out. It's going to be very defensive. Who are your favorite? Caleb Johnson. How are you feeling about him right now?
yeah. I don't care to start him. Obviously, I think he's very valuable in your roster. I don't think you should panic because I don't think it's going to be good for him
Mhm.
week one. I mean, he could fall into the end zone. I don't
Yeah.
see it happening because Rodgers has always been the one to throw on the goal line anyway. So I could see Jalen Warren maybe
Yeah.
getting a receiving touchdown on the goal line, or
I like Jalen Warren this week.
DK Metcalf is still a massive individual. You have three solid tight ends that can
Mhm.
do some catches. So I don't really see either of these running backs getting a rushing touchdown. And
Yeah.
plus, Caleb Johnson being so young, they just extended Jalen Warren.
Mhm.
I think Caleb Johnson is going to be great near the end of the year, but right now, I don't think you need to worry about. I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't start. I don't know
I
who I
agree.
would start him over. Honestly, let's talk about that. Let's go through some names.
Okay, let's go with Caleb Johnson,
Or Brees Hall in the same
or
game.
I would take Brees Hall.
Okay. Okay.
Caleb Johnson or Tank Bigsby.
I'm probably going Tank Bigsby there, man.
I go Tank Bigsby there too. Caleb Johnson or
Travis.
Ramondre Stevenson.
Oh God, dude, probably Ramondre.
Okay, how I got one more for you. Caleb Johnson or RJ Harvey.
Probably RJ Harvey. I don't even believe in RJ Harvey. I don't believe in RJ Harvey, but you give me you give me that Broncos offensive line in a game where they're favored -8.5 at home. He's going to get
I
some
know. I'm
touches,
with you.
and he's
I'm with you
explosive.
100%.
Like I think they're gonna need him because they don't want to burn out J.K. Dobbins either. I think they could easily see a 50-50 or a 60-40 split in that Broncos backfield. But it could be the same thing with the Steelers. So like that's a really good. I think that's the line right there. um, Caleb Johnson or Zach Charbonnet. That's kind of like
I'll
because
take Charbonnet.
yeah, because I don't really
Take
know
Charbonnet.
what the situation is. I mean, you could easily see Caleb Johnson go out there and just be the lead back. I don't think he will,
Yeah,
but same thing with
yeah.
Charbonnet. You could go out there and see him get a 50-50 split, and his touches are going to be very valuable. But that's kind of where I'm at with Caleb Johnson. It's just like I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want him. I don't want him in my lineup.
I'm ready to see the New York Jets crowd boo Aaron Rodgers when he
Oh
runs
yeah,
out.
that's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be so
It's
good.
going
This
to
is
be
the
awesome.
return. This is the revenge game.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I
It'll be
kind of
fun.
want to see the Jets win. I think it's funny. I've always liked Justin Fields as just a player. He's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's not a good player, but he's still fun to watch. I loved him in college. So yeah, I would love to see the Jets win. But yeah, we both have the Steelers winning the game. We both are taking the under. It's nasty, I know, but
Yeah.
do you think the Steelers cover that 3-point spread?
I'm gonna say no. I think it's
Yeah,
pretty close.
I'm with you. I'm with you there.
Just because the under, taking the under is like, okay, it's gonna be even closer if you take the under. So yeah, I'd say no.
Yeah, let's.
Anything else you want to go over in this game?
Nah. Let's move on. We got the Cardinals and Saints
Yeah.
next. Cardinals -6. Uh, yeah, I'm calling for it, man. Give me an upset this week. Give
I
me
ain't
an
gonna get
upset
crazy
this
with
week. I'm
that.
getting crazy. I'm already calling it week one. I'm calling for an almost upset. The Saints, I think you're going to see some sneaky quarterback play out of Spencer Rattler. You got all the receivers back. You got Jawan Johnson back. Kellen Moore, my boy, your boy. We believe in the guy. Give me some. Let's go for an. I'm calling for an upset here, man. What do you think?
For an upset. I like it because I'm pulling for Rattler and Kellen Moore. You know, Rattler finally has Olave back, Shaheed back, Jawan Johnson back, Alvin Kamara there. So I don't like the depth with that team. If any of those players get hurt, and it seems like it's inevitable that like two of them get hurt. Like Kamara's so old, Olave's always got a concussion, Shaheed's always out. And if it goes down, it's just going to turn sour for the Saints. But right now, there is a little bit, like a little glimpse of light for Rattler. And I think it's getting all of its guys back another year into the league. He gets Kellen Moore, who's probably the best quarterback developer in the league right now outside of like Andy Reid, you
Right,
know.
right.
So the IQ is going to be good. I think if he can slow things down and keep things simple for Rattler, I think they're going to have their chances in here. They're going to be able to take their shots. So we'll see. I think Arizona wins it. I love James Conner this week. I love Marvin Harrison Jr. this week. I love Trey McBride. There's too much firepower on that offense. And I expect the Cardinals defense to get better. Walter Nolan
Yeah,
was just a great. yeah, good run stopper for Arizona. I really liked his tape when I was watching it. The rookie they drafted in the first round. I think that's what they needed. They also drafted Will Johnson, how good out of Michigan, who profiled as a top 2, top 3 corner in this draft. I think that's going to help them on the back end. Whether it does in this game, I don't know, but if he's a good player, I mean, he can make some plays in this game too. But Trey McBride, I know you're excited about him. Marvin Harrison Jr., I'm excited. I think start all your Cardinals, including Kyler Murray, who's sick right now. There's an illness, but he expects to play. Have you
Yep,
seen that?
yep, I have seen that. I don't know. I'm worried about it a little bit, and I think you'll get more information by 11, 12 o'clock, whatever. But let's be honest, these guys are freaking millionaire NFL football stars. They're gonna have IVs. They're gonna have all the medicine you could give them. He's
Yeah,
gonna be fine, dude. He's gonna be fine.
yeah. I don't have the Cardinals covering. I'll take I'll take the I'll take the under.
Yeah, I'm
Give me
also.
+6 for the Saints,
Uh,
and I think Arizona wins.
I've got the under. I know I've said obviously the Saints, but give me Arizona to win. But I think this is an easy coverage by the Saints in New Orleans. Like you said,
Yeah, yeah.
a lot of
Home 6 points
positivity.
is a lot.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
points, and for a team in the Cardinals that we have seen just screw up time and time again. So,
I
yeah,
know.
give me the
Yeah, the
Saints to
expectations
cover,
of yeah,
and I'll take the under as well. I like how we've been aligned on just about everything here, man. This is really fun.
yeah.
What do you have any sneaky plays from either side of the ball
Out of
this
that
week?
game, no, not really. I think
Keep an eye on Trey
I'm not
Benson.
trying to.
They were talking.
I mean, I like Trey Benson.
Well, not not
They,
not
they,
starting him. Just saying, keep an eye on him. They did mention wanting to give him more carries and more work in this offense. Him coming
they
into his
did. They
second
did.
year, and James Conner has a history of injury, so it'll be interesting to see if this is closer to a 50-50 split this year than it was last year.
Yeah, Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Last year, Atlanta swept Tampa Bay. That was kind of something I didn't
It's crazy,
remember.
right?
I was like, "What happened?" And I mean, this is a close line. I expect it to be close, but I think Tampa Bay is going to go in there and get the win. Now, I'd say this is going to be a close game, and I think 47.5. I'm taking the under just because it's week one. If it was midseason, I'd take the over because I think that they're just going both these offenses can put up points.
We're so back, dude. Just
But
just taking the under. It feels good, right?
yeah, it just feels better, doesn't it? Like
It
taking the
always
over,
feels
that's a
good.
lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah, and it's a divisional game. It's going to be a little sloppy. It's week one. Yeah, give me the under, but give me Tampa to win here. Start them all. I mean, Emeka Ibuka got to be in your lineup if you drafted him. You probably
Definitely.
drafted him early because he was the new
Yeah, I
hotness.
didn't draft him
Mike
early
Evans
because
is in your
everyone
lineup.
else drafted him early.
Exactly. Baker, of course, he's in your lineup. Bucky
Definitely.
Irvin, of course, he's in your lineup. Cade Otton, coming back from the groin injury, kind of sneaky. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think K Dot is somebody you need to look at because, like, Chris Godwin being out and Jalen McMillan being out, Mike Evans being 34 years old or 33 years old, however old he is,
32.
geez, yeah, he's crushing it still. I think he's going to have another 1,000-yard season, believe it or not.
If he can stay
I
healthy,
should
he
stay
will.
healthy.
That's
Yeah, he
going to be
has to
the
stay
big.
healthy, but even then, I think K. Dot could do something. But I think this offense is really going to run through Bucky Irving and Evans and Ibuka. I'm really excited to see how these guys do, man. Especially this rookie Ibuka. God, dude, the guy was so good coming out of Ohio State. And I think it's going to be the same thing
I think he's
in
going
the
to play
NFL.
great today.
I do too. His receiving line is 4.5 receptions.
That's a good line.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Michael Penix, how you feeling about him on the other side?
We'll see. We'll see. Drake London. I mean, he's got weapons. Drake London. Darnell Mooney. I think he could be still a good weapon for him. Um, Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson, yeah.
God, what's that one guy's name, man? He was a 1,000-yard rookie receiver. God, what's his
Don't
name?
say it.
Oh, Kyle
Don't
Pitts,
say
man.
his
Kyle Pitts.
name.
Yeah. Kyle Pitts. We'll see. I mean, he probably will be a top 10 tight end this year. Now, will you want to start him every week? Absolutely not. But he was a top 10 tight end last year. He had like 700 yards and 4 touchdowns or something. That's solid. That's still okay.
I've never been burnt by Kyle Pitts, but
Oh, you have been burnt.
I've always
You've been
been.
burnt by the white Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Donkey K. We'll get to him. Yeah, definitely been burnt by him, but Kyle Pitts, it still feels. I mean, he's still young. They need him.
He's 25,
He's coming
24.
into. He's coming in healthy. The talks out of camp have been that he's been great, but that's the talks are always that he's great.
Him walking
So yeah,
up to practice.
I think Kyle Pitts is going to be okay. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see what happens. What was it? Week 1 or 2, he had like 90-something yards and 2
It was
touchdowns.
against the Bucks last year.
There you go.
That was the one
There
where he
you go.
dropped
So,
the ball right as he crossed the goal line, but they called it a touchdown.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
96
Yeah.
yards, 2 touchdowns in that game. I think it was like 5 catches.
Of course, London's in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Pitts is in. Bijan's in.
You said Pitts
Mooney
is
is
in?
somebody. Yeah, if you drafted Pitts, you probably have him in.
Pitts or Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram.
Yeah. I think that's probably like a lot of situations where people.
Safer for
Because
week
Pitts
1.
probably went in like round 11. You know,
Yeah.
and Evan Ingram went in round 8, so it should be that way, I think. But I think that could be a situation for somebody where they're looking at that and decide if they want to start
sure.
Pitts. It's going to be fun when everyone benches Pitts and then he goes off for 13 points and they start him next week and he gooses you.
I know. That's the way it's going to go.
Pitts or Mark Andrews.
Give me Mark Andrews.
Isaiah likely is out. So yeah, I agree with that too. But yeah, I feel pretty good about Michael Penix. I think he has a lot of weapons, and I think you're starting most of those guys. You were kind of starting to get to Darnell Mooney. What were you going to say about him?
Yeah, he's somebody I don't really want to put on my. I don't really want to start Darnell Mooney. I think that he does have potential at some point. He's coming off an injury. I think it's going to be a slow start for him. So I would just leave him on the bench for now, or maybe even he's on waiver wires. I don't really know. I never really had eyes on Darnell Mooney as far as.
It's kind of crazy.
But yeah, but I think he could do a little
kind of weird with
something
how
later on.
good he played last year, and like I drafted him last year in fantasy, and he was amazing for me. And then I just I don't want to play with you anymore.
Yeah, he kind of fell off.
Yeah.
He got one in this game.
I also have the Bucks winning this game. It's a pick'em game, so give me the Bucks to cover the 1.5, whatever. 47.5 is a lot, but oh man, I kind of want to take the over, but I just can't do it. I gotta take the under, man. 47.5 is too much.
It's too much.
In a divisional
it's
game with a beat up wide receiver core in Tampa Bay and a quarterback who's played 5 games in the NFL with Michael Penix. So yeah, give me the under. Give me the Bucks to win the game.
Miami at Indianapolis. Indianapolis favored by 1.5. Does this Indianapolis being favored surprise you? Because it still kind of surprises me, even though I got Indianapolis winning this game. I just feel like the masses. I felt like the masses are picking Miami here, but the sports book says otherwise.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I have been harping on this game all off season for the Dolphins. I've been calling for the Dolphins to hit the under on their win total, which I believe is 8.5.
Yeah, I think it might be 7.5.
And this game being it was even all off season, and it's kind of moved up because I think that's whenever Daniel Jones got named the starter. Also, what's the information on Tyreek Hill? Have you heard anything with him?
I haven't. I believe he's going to play.
I would imagine.
I haven't seen anything indicating that he's not. So
let me.
I expect him to be out there. Yeah,
that could be part of why this line is a little bit down. But yeah, give me the Colts to win this game at home. I mean, I still believe in Shane Steichen. Obviously, I've believed in Daniel Jones. Tyreek Hill has no injury designation to play. I believe in Daniel Jones. I think that you're going to see him with a good offensive line. You're going to see him with some weapons, and I think he can support those weapons. We saw what Malik Neighbors was last year. Everybody can support Malik Neighbors because Malik Neighbors was good, but Daniel Jones was also one of those quarterbacks that did. So, it'll be interesting to see what this Dolphins offense does, though. How do you feel about that situation?
By the end of the year, McDaniels is going to be fired. He's number 1 on the hot seat as far as betting odds to be the first coach fired. He's number 1, and I think it's going to happen. I think it's all going to fall apart. I think it just seems so fragile. Like, yeah, they could come out and like, what was it, like 2 or 3 years ago? They were the team that was just so high flying with Waddle and Hill, and Mostert had was the running back 2 with all those touchdowns, and Achane was averaging like 8 yards a carry or whatever it was. I think we're a long way removed from that. I'm not big on the Dolphins. I'm with you. I'm taking the under on the win total for the season, but like I said, I got the Colts winning this game. As far as before I move on to the Colts, Tyreek Hill, of course, he's in. It's either going to be a steal of the draft or it's going to be. I mean, I guess it could be mediocre, but I don't really expect it to be that. I think Tyreek Hill's going to be fine. and Waddle's going to be fine. I think the only question is I don't think they're going to get much from the run game, and I'm questioning Tua and Mike McDaniel's in the defense. So I'm just down on the Dolphins this year. To answer your
Jalen
question.
Waddle or Travis Hunter at wide receiver this week.
Oh man, I like Travis Hunter. I'll take Jalen Waddle for now.
Okay, let's go Jalen Waddle or Cortland Sutton.
I'll take Cortland Sutton.
Jalen Waddle or Stephon Diggs.
That's close. I'll take Diggs because he's the number one.
And Jalen Waddle or Ricky Pearsall. Last one.
Close. That's really close. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Waddle.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of situations where you got Waddle pretty late, and it's gonna feel weird to start him over some of these guys. I'm starting
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison over him, but man, if Kyler Murray was to be out, I would 100% be starting Jalen Waddle over Marvin.
Oh yeah, for sure,
But
for sure.
I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think I have to worry about that. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I have the Colts winning this game. Over under 47.5.
High. I think give me the
Just
under.
give me the under. Some of these are going to be
It's
wrong
just too
on,
high.
but yeah, give me the under.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's crazy. Do you have any interest in this wide receiving core for the Colts with Michael Pittman and Josh Downs?
Yeah. Josh Downs, that's it. I don't really believe in Michael Pittman as much anymore. If he shows up, it just feels like a low probability as far as like having a bounce back season. It's been trending towards Josh Downs being the number one receiver for some time now, and I think that you're going to see that. Not that Pittman won't be relevant or make plays, but it just seems like we're kind of gone from him being that like high upside wide receiver one that he used to be. And I think that Tyler Warren, the tight end, we love him. I think he's an excellent start this week. So I'll be starting Downs, Warren, and Jonathan Taylor, and then I'm checking out. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor, I think is going to feast against this soft Miami defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of where I sit. You know, like you said, he's on the hot seat, McDaniel, and I don't think it's going to end well for him this year, man. But we'll see. Let's move on. We got the Panthers at Jacksonville. Jags are favored -4.5, over under 45.5. I think this is going to be a really good game, man. I'm so
I
excited
think
for
it is
this.
too. I'm excited about this game.
We get to see Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence, a guy that we've both believed in since coming out of college. Watching him so many times be just very good. Bryce Young, I think, is expected to take a step this year with Dave Canales and the receiving core being beefed up with Tedrow McMillan. Who do you got winning this game, man? In Jacksonville, Jags -4.5.
Coming into the season, looking at the back half of Carolina, we saw the uptick. Bryce Young made a jump coming back off the injury, or back from getting benched, not the injury. Andy Dalton had the injury, but they went 1-5 even when they looked good. I don't think they've done anything to really add to this defense. I think that they're still going to be a weak defense. It's going to put a lot of pressure on Young. I got them losing this game, and I got them going under on the win total of 6.5. I think they get to 6, Carolina. But in this game at Jacksonville, 4.5 does surprise me. I don't think that I'm taking Carolina in the points because I think it's a more 50-50 kind of game. So like, give me the points. But I think Jacksonville wins this game at home.
Yeah, actually, I agree with Jacksonville winning, but I actually got them covering this game, man. I expect to see Jacksonville
Really?
to get off to a hot start with that receiving core. I think Liam Cohen is really going to spark some fire into this offense. I'm pretty big on Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne. I think if you split that backfield, I think you could see a lot of value out of those running backs, and even the rookie out of Virginia Tech, Bashal Tutin. But yeah, I'm really excited about this game. I expect to see a high scoring game here. I don't know that I really believe in either defense like that. So I'm actually going to take the over and give me Jacksonville to cover the 4.5 at home.
Yeah, that's fun from the cover. Carolina, you lose Thielen and then Jalen Coker goes out. It's like we got Leggett and a rookie.
And
Like,
Hunter Renfro.
and Hunter Renfro for sure, and he's going to be working in the slot. We haven't seen him in a couple years, so he's not somebody who scares me. If I'm Jacksonville's defense, somebody I'm monitoring. But we're going to put one-on-one guy, a one-on-one matchup on him, and let's see what happens. At this point, he's so far removed from real production that I feel like you're going to have to show me if I'm Jacksonville that he's worth covering, or shading coverages to him. Like he could be a little something in the slot, but I do like Tedero McMillan in this game though. I think that he's going to be high volume. He could score a touchdown. I'd be playing him just about everywhere. And same with Travis Hunter. I feel like Travis Hunter is going to be. I think he profiles as a wide receiver too. I think that's where he's at. I love both receivers for Jacksonville. And the running game, I'm not really big on this backfield. I'm slightly big on Tank Bigsby. I don't really like Travis Etienne. I always thought he was a third down back coming out of college. He's an efficient back, a guy who couldn't really handle the workload. He's been the running back 3, so maybe I'm wrong about that. But Tank Bigsby is a big body back who averaged over 5 yards a carry last year when the chaos was around him. I expect him to take over the first and second down, and then occasional Travis Etienne mixed in on some carries first, second down, but mostly Bigsby to take this backfield over. But I got Jacksonville winning this game.
Yeah, yeah, and also we can't forget about Chuba Hubbard for the Panthers.
Right, right.
Great running back
Lock
who
him
was
in.
really good
Yes.
last year, and also the addition of Rico Dowdle. I think he'd be really good in the passing game for them. I don't know. I just expect to see an explosive game from a lot of young, explosive athletes in this game. That's why I got the over. But yeah, I just believe in Liam Cohen. I think he's going to really spark something in this offense with Trevor Lawrence, and that's why I got the Jacksonville Jags covering.
I like the over. I like the over in this game as well.
Yeah, let's move on to your boys. We got the Raiders in New England. Patriots favored -2.5 over under a 44.5. What do you think, man? Tell me about the Patriots with Mike Vrabel.
You can already feel the culture shift, like just looking at like practice videos, seeing Mike Vrabel, seeing the way the players are acting. Like it hasn't looked like this in 3 or 4 years. I mean, ever since Mac Jones did go to the playoffs that year, but it's been a long 2022. It's been 3 or 4 years. Like the culture shift is happening. They've added all kinds of talent to every part of this, every level of the defense. The interior, you know the linebacking core. You got a Carlton Davis from bringing in from Detroit, and Gonzalez is hurt. Will Campbell's on the injury report, expected to play, but I expect them to be very, very physical at home, and they're going to have to be. I mean, Brock Bowers and Ashton Jeanty, Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, they're coming to win this game. I mean, their schedule's brutal, but I feel like these two teams are two teams that can make a wild card. So I'm taking my Patriots at home. I love Drake May. I think they're gonna, and Travion Henderson. I think that you're gonna get a lot of Ramondre Stevenson too. But Diggs looks good. Diggs looks good. He looks fresh. I'm taking my boys at home. I think it's gonna be a tight game and a game that the Raiders can win.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with everything you're saying, man. -2.5 is fun. I actually had the Patriots covering in this game, but I'm excited to see what the rookie Ashton Jeanty out of Boise State does. Was drafted 6th overall, so I'm really excited to see that with Pete Carroll and Geno Smith out here, Brock Bowers. Obviously, the receivers out there, Jacoby Myers, who wanted to leave and they told him no. And then Dante
Like,
Thornton.
nah, man.
There's like nothing really else out there, so I expect to see a slow game. I'm taking the under on this game, so I think Mike Vrabel wants to play that tough between the tackles, run the football in the trenches kind of game, a lot like Dan Campbell and
Absolutely.
Andy Reid and those guys do. But yeah, give me the under, give me the Patriots to cover and win the game at home with Drake May, and just I expect to see a big step for the Patriots this year.
I agree with everything you said. I think Diggs is in play. I think Ramondre's in play. I like Ramondre this week. I think he's going to have a bounce back season. He might not be able to get up to like 4.3, 4.4, nothing crazy like that. But I think if he can get back to 4.0, 4.1 yards per carry, and I think he can because the O line has improved. Will Campbell's going to be dominant in the run game. Like his metrics in the run game, like when they pull him outside and go watch against Washington, where he just devastating block on the edge 2 or 3 times. They've called toss plays, and he's just getting out there so fast and just like running through guys. I expect this run game to be really, really good, and them to do a lot of work in the short to intermediate passing game with Diggs, Hunter Henry, Pop Douglas, and they're going to take some kill shots for Keyshawn Booty and Williams, but I don't really expect too much out of those two. Henry's kind of a sneaky play. Love Diggs. Travion Henderson, I mean, he's in my lineup. He can take any carry to the house,
Yeah, exactly.
and he's going to get work, I think, pretty much immediately. How much? He's not going to take over the backfield right now, but he very well could in this game.
Yeah, I agree. But you got the Patriots winning. Do you have them covering? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I got to win and covering. Yep.
Over or under 44.5.
Give me the under.
Agreed. Let's move on. We got the Titans in Denver. Cam Ward making his rookie debut. I I expect to see Cam Ward do a lot of good things for this team. Brian Callahan, he could have his job saved by finally having an okay quarterback. Because you know
Mm-hmm.
what it's been for the last 2 years. What was it? Will Levis and Malik Willis. I mean, not good, not good. But yeah,
Mason Rudolph mixed in, yeah.
yeah, it's terrible. So let me uh let me have the Broncos winning this at home. Of course, I think this is going to be an easy win for them. Over under a 42.5. It feels kind of low. But also, it's a good defense, and I think the Broncos want to run the ball. They have an identity, so I'm actually going to take the under on this game with the Broncos winning at home. Do you have any? What do you think? I mean, do you differ from this?
No, I got Denver winning at home, and I'll take the under, but I do have, I'll take Tennessee plus 8.5 if I was putting money on this game. 8.5 is crazy,
It's a
especially for
lot.
week one. Cam Ward's got a lot of confidence. I just think they're going to be able to shut Ridley down, and Okonkwo is going to be able to do it all. Almander's not going to be able to do it all. They're really thin at running back with a older veteran and Tony Pollard, which I like Tony Pollard in fantasy, but I just don't think he's going to be able to really move the needle against this defense. He's going to make some plays, but you give me the 8.5 with Tennessee, but Denver's winning this game. Sean Payton's so weird in how he drafts Bo Nix, RJ Harvey, all these guys I don't really believe in, but somehow turns them into gold. It's just you can't figure out Sean Payton. He's just his own thing. I always tend to stay away from those guys in fantasy, but I love Cortland Sutton, Calvin Ridley. I'm scared for. I don't think Calvin
You
really gets
should
into
be.
the end
You
zone.
should be.
I think it's like a 4 catch, 60 yards is what you're kind of looking at. Maybe he gets into the end zone, but this is a tough defense on the road to go up against.
It
Give me Denver to
is.
win.
It is. Yeah, I
Titans to cover.
I want to have the Titans cover here. It's 8.5. It is a big point total, but I don't know that it is that big. Honestly, I mean, Bo Nix, that offense is going to put up
Oh, I
points,
get
and that
it. Yeah.
defense, we know what it is. So I actually have the Broncos covering the 8.5, which feels like it goes against how what I believe, but I just feel like this should be a layup win for Sean Payton. Um, I don't like the guy, but he's a great head coach, incredible head
He
coach,
is. He
and
is.
against a rookie in Denver, like one of the toughest stadiums to play against, and then you have that defense, and it's a rookie quarterback with very limited weapons, like you said, on offense for running back and receivers. Yeah, give me the Broncos to cover that 8.5.
RJ Harvey and J.K. Dobbins. How are you feeling about that backfield?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really believe in RJ Harvey out of UCF, man. He just looked kind of slow. He had okay vision, but I think to start the season, you're going to see a lot of J.K. Dobbins. Just because he's a veteran,
You are.
proven back. Sean Payton, once again, hard nosed, very smart with his decision making. I think that's why you saw so much passing with Jim
Uh-huh.
Harbaugh Friday night, is because Amarion Hampton, the rookie, he was the guy that they wanted to run the ball, but they're not going to put that game in the rookie's hands. You know.
Right. Not only that, the offensive line just didn't look quite ready. Now, I think it will get better, but it is struggling in the run game. Great in the pass game, but
But
yeah, they was
yeah,
going to give the ball to the experienced
yeah,
player. To your
exactly,
point.
which is Justin Herbert. And I think you're going to see the same thing with Bo Nix,
Mhm.
who clearly showed he's very mature and he can handle this offense last year. I expect to see
Mhm.
Bo Nix almost take a step. I mean, he doesn't have the receiving core maybe, but, adding Evan Ingram's going to be big for them. But I think you could see a lot of RJ
It
Harvey
is.
as this game gets farther and farther away. If I'm right and the Broncos do cover the spread, then you're going to see a lot of RJ Harvey in the back half of this game. What's up? Landon commented and said it's good to see y'all. Good to see you too, man. Glad you on here.
Oh, what's up, big dog? What's up, big dog? Yeah, San Francisco at Seattle. How you feeling about this game? Like
Dude.
this San Francisco favored on the road by 1.5. I like the under. No, I like the over. I like the over in this game. But I just don't believe in like Sam Darnold and the mixed bag of stuff they got going over there with that O line and
Oh
like
man.
it's in Seattle where it always rains. Like you get them out of the dome, get them away from Kevin O'Connell. Like I just a lot of people are big on Seattle this year. I'm kind of scared if I have anybody from even JSN. I'm a little scared.
Yeah, I'm scared too. I do have the 49ers winning this game, but if McCaffrey doesn't play, I mean, these options are really limited for the 49ers. It could be kind of scary. I could see that if McCaffrey doesn't play, the Seahawks are winning this game. I believe
See that, but
enough.
you do get two more than capable backs right behind him in Brian Robinson and Isaac Guerrero. They could just split and just be very efficient.
They
I think
could.
the 49ers win this game straight up with or without McCaffrey. That's how I feel about this team. I like the defense for the San Francisco. I love Pearsall Jennings, coming off the calf. We'll see what happens, but Kittle's going to have a good game. I think Brock Purdy's going to be fine. It is on the
Yeah,
road, divisional game, but
Yeah, I think Brock Purdy is going to be
we'll
fine.
see.
I talked about it this offseason. Brock Purdy was one of those guys, Mr. Irrelevant. He finally got paid, which he deserves so much, man. I'm very happy for him. But I think he was one of those guys that kind of had like imposter syndrome a little bit, like he wasn't really believing that he should be there. I
Yeah,
think he's going to, you see a lot of quarterbacks play worse, a lot of players play worse after they get paid. I think he's going to be one of those players that plays better after he gets paid. I think you're going to see
I agree with that
I think
100%.
you're going to see
Yeah.
Brock Purdy really have a good year, man. I was big on him all season. I'm even bigger on him now, but I would like to see some of these receivers get healthy and come out there and be good for him. But losing Debo Samuel could hurt. But yeah, I think that's why the line is -1.5 because of the Christian McCaffrey stuff. But I do have the 49ers
Yeah, I
winning
agree.
this game. Over under is 43.5. Give me the under. I mean, the receivers are beat up for the 49ers. The quarterback for the Seahawks is Sam Darnold. I think that could be a problem. If he turns back into
Definitely.
a pumpkin, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe he takes a lot of what Kevin O'Connell instilled into him, and he can translate that into the Seahawks offense. And you see JSN do good, and Cooper Cup, and the rookie out of Colorado State, Torrey Horton. Uh, you know, I could see the Seahawks being better this year. With a change of scenery, but we'll see. It all rides on Sam Darnold.
Yeah, this defense for Seattle actually
This
profiles to be a
this
top 10
just
defense, like a
in
sneaky top 10 defense, too.
this
So,
just in the 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey will play. It's good timing.
okay. That's good. That's perfect timing. Yeah, I got San Francisco winning this game. Start all your 49ers. Jawan Jennings, let's go Jawan Jennings or Jawan Jennings or Khalil Shakir.
Oh, Jawan Jennings.
Let's go Jawan, even with the calf. Coming off slow, didn't really get a lot of practice.
Yeah,
Ramped up a little bit
I'll
this
stick
week.
Jawan Jennings there. It's a guy that Brock Purdy trusts, and Khalil
Okay.
Shakir is just like whatever.
Let's go Jennings versus Ridley.
Oh, give me Ridley, dude.
I think Ridley's going to have a bad day. I'll
I
take
think he
Jennings.
could,
Let's
but
go.
I still believe in the player.
Oh, for sure. Definitely player over. Yeah. Just go one more Jennings or Josh Downs.
Oh, that's tough, man. Give me Josh Downs.
Thinking Josh Downs as well. Yeah, I'll take the over. I think there's going to be some, especially with McCaffrey there. I think there's going to be some plays being made, but I don't hate the under, especially with Sam Darnold there and these defenses profiling to be really good. Divisional game, could easily see the under.
Yeah, for sure. Let's move on to the Lions in Wisconsin, Cheesehead City, the Packers.
Mm.
God, the Packers being favored -1.5 feels so weird to me, man. I'm sorry, but that's just wrong. It's just wrong. I've been down on the Lions all offseason. I don't care. It's still Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's not
Yeah.
going to come out here and lose week 1 to the Packers.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Now, in the betting world, it's like, okay, these are two playoff teams, and one of them's at home, so
Sure,
obviously it kind of makes sense why they're favored. But I
divisional
really
game.
like the physicality that Dan Campbell brings. I think it travels well, and everybody's big on like Jordan Love, and I like Jordan Love this week, but I just think that his receiving options are very limited. You got Jaden Reed with the injured foot. He could make a play. He's expected to play today, but he hasn't been practicing very much. You got a rookie on the edge, Matthew Golden. We didn't like the production coming out of college. Everybody in the fantasy world seems like over the moon about Matthew Golden. I love the landing spot. I love being tied to Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love, but I don't expect him to come in here and like be devastating for this Detroit team who made the playoffs with like 9 of their 11 starters on defense out, and they're returning the majority of them. Aiden Hutchinson. It's going to be a very physical team. They're going to come in and they're going to run the ball. I think Lions win on the road. I think they cover the. I'll take the. I'm so big under. I'm big under
Yeah,
this
I want
week.
to take over on this game, man. 47.5. I think it was higher earlier in the week. I think it was
Yeah,
like 49.5 or something. Give me the over on this. 47.5 is a lot. I agree.
it is.
But come on, man. Look at this Lions offense. We still got
It's nasty.
Amon Ra, Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta. Then you got Jameer Gibbs. Then you got David Montgomery. I mean, it doesn't stop. And I think Jordan Love is good enough to make do with these with this beat up receiver core. Tucker Kraft being healthy. Josh Jacobs really good, and it's just a good offensive mind in Matt Lafleur.
It is.
So
It is.
I
I mean,
expect
Love
to
could
see
have
the
a
over.
day, but yeah,
But
I
man,
expect him to have some
yeah.
struggles.
Give me the Lions with a win here, though. Like you said, bringing back a lot of those defensive pieces, and Who do you like? Who do you like more in this game? Jared Goff or Jordan Love for fantasy?
Jared Goff's a weird one for me because he's so streaky. You never can tell. If they can just come in and be very efficient. He had 19 attempts. They run it, 15 times with Gibbs and 13 times with Montgomery, and just kind of run this clock out in the fourth or something. Now, I think it's going to be competitive all the way to the end. Don't get me wrong, but I just expect more volume through Love. Even though I'm kind of down on Love, I would love to have. I would take Love over Goff, especially Goff on the road. They expect to come and be physical, run the ball a lot. Detroit's defense does profile to be really strong up front. Josh Jacobs can have a tough time. They're going to have to give Josh Jacobs 15 carries if they want to win this game.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think that the volume is going to funnel through Love. So I would take the volume over the roller coaster of maybe efficient, maybe not Jared Goff this week.
I agree with that. I think I'll take Jordan Love as well. But I think what we're going to see in this game, I think we're going to see Jordan Love run the ball a lot. I think you're going to see some schemed up runs. I think you're going to see him have to run because
just like talked about that a little bit.
Just like in the Chargers and Chiefs game, what happened with Justin Herbert? He sees, oh yeah, none of my receivers are getting open. Okay, that's fine. I'll just run it for 20 yards. Patrick Mahomes said, I don't care if these wide receivers aren't getting open. I don't care if I'm limited at wide receiver. I'm gonna win. I'm trying to win this game. Dude ran the ball. He was trucking dudes on the edge of the field.
Did you see how slimy that is though? Like,
oh, it is. They're like holding
it's
up
so
and not tackling
slimy.
him. But
oh my god!
however,
like,
he's fired up.
Has to let up.
But he's fired up though, and that's on the defender, man. He's a runner at that point. You got to hit that dude.
That's on the league. They need to do some kind of rule change to where the defender doesn't have to let up every time on the sideline. If they're going to start getting trucked on the sideline trying to prevent a penalty. That's
in Mahomes' defense, he did get laid out one time, and they didn't say anything. There was no flag, there was no penalty, there was no warning, nothing. He got laid out on the sideline. On the next one, he laid his shoulder down, which you can't act like Mahomes isn't 6'4" and 235 pounds.
Right, yeah.
So it was against the DB.
But
I don't think the DB can lay the wood on that guy anyway. So, but
but he
I think you're going to see a lot of that.
I think you're going to see a lot of that with Jordan Love. The quarterback's running out of bounds.
I think you're going to see a lot of that with Jordan Love, though. I think you're going to see him have to resort to his legs because he is an underrated runner. And I think you're going to see him, with maybe 30. I wonder what the line is on his rushing yards. I would say probably 30. No, it's probably like 12 and a half or something. But I think he could easily hit 30 in this game.
He could for sure.
But yeah, I have the Lions winning this game, and obviously give them the cover. I mean, it's 1.5, so they're not favored. So.
Start them all. Tucker Kraft's a good start too.
Yeah.
Sam Ford, obviously he's in. Jameson Williams is in. Everybody's in this is in. Yeah, I even like Romeo Dobbs. If he's on your bench and you're looking at someone like, I'm not saying I'll start him over Calvin Ridley. I know it's a little crazy, but it wouldn't be shocked if Romeo Dobbs went out there and had like 6 for 70, just because he's going to be very necessary, But Dobbs or like someone like, oh man, like Dobbs or Jennings. I'm taking Jennings. Dobbs or Shakir, like that's close to me.
I would take Shakir, but yeah, that is very close.
I would too. Yeah, but I think that Dobbs is going to be okay as like a little sneaky play this week.
Yeah, I agree. The Rams at home against the Texans. The Rams -3, over under of 43.5. Matt Stafford healthy, getting the epidural in his back. So I guess we can say that's healthy. Adding Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams getting paid. I feel like everybody's pretty high on this offense if Matthew Stafford can stay healthy. How do you feel about Week 1 for the Rams in LA this week?
Their defense is a defensive start this week. I know it sounds weird, but the O-line for Houston has been struggling. They're banged up at receiver. They're banged up at running back. I don't think the production from the running back position is going to be very good. Their O-line was already one of the worst in the league, and they lose Larry Tunsil. I think it's just going to be a lot of Nico and C.J. Stroud, and I don't know if it'll be enough. I think the Rams win this game at home. The defense for Houston is going to be really good, but Stroud's got a lot on his plate. Not that he can't handle it, but he's going to need some of these receivers to step up, these young receivers. Jalen Noel, Higgins, Christian Kirk's out. So we'll see what they get. We know Nico's going to be fine, but they're going to need – Dalton Schultz is going to have to step up in this game. They're going to need some guys to come through, and I just think the Rams have too much firepower, and their defense is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay enough to, handle one guy.
For sure.
Stop the run. You don't have to put 8 in the box to stop a aged Nick Chubb and a Damian Pierce, So you can
we got a comment coming in from Chris Harris. It's
Cover.
always a good time to
Yeah.
mention him, right? Chris Harris. Who's got the better
Always,
wide
always.
receiver? Who has the better wide receiver core? The Packers or the Bills? They have the same feel for me. A lot of twos, but not a number one. Hello.
Packers or Bills? I'd probably go Packers.
I would say Packers too.
Well, probably what I'm.
With Tucker Kraft, I think that's a big part. But even just we're talking wide receivers alone. Matthew Golden, I think he's probably better than all the receivers that the Bills have, and I don't think he's that good. So
Packers. Matthew Golden's the only receiver that the Packers have.
I said I think Matthew Golden is better than any of the receivers that the Bills have.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I'm expecting like I can see Keon Cole making a if he can stay healthy. It seems like he's always hurt. I can see him making having a big touchdown year, especially in the red zone. But that's kind of just like
It's
a
all
little
speculation, you know.
sneaky guessing. But
For
yeah,
sure. But yeah,
yeah. But
I would agree.
I think Jaden Reed is the best receiver out of both teams.
Right,
Jaden Reed's a
right,
great
right.
receiver, big play receiver. He's just banged up with the foot injury, and that could really start him out slow this year.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you. I think I would take the Packers receiver core there. But yeah, I agree with everything you're saying about the Rams defense. They should probably feast in this game. You know, Jared Verse, one of the best pass rushers in the game. I think you're going to see the Texans really struggle here. I got the Rams covering at home. I think
I
Jaden
do
Higgins,
too.
though, I think Jaden Higgins is just a bigger, faster Tank Dell, and he's coming in. Uh, God, dude, I feel pretty good about this receiving core in the future. Maybe not this year or this game necessarily, but maybe towards the end of the year we'll see
Right.
these guys level up. But and Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel, you know, with all those guys being out, you know, Christian Kirk being out and Tank Dell being out, and they lost Stephon Diggs to the Patriots in the trade. So yeah, like you said, it's going to be Nico Collins and Nick Chubb. I mean, I'm starting Nick Chubb in most places.
I know.
Nick Chubb or Caleb Johnson.
Nick Chubb,
Nick Chubb or Ramondre Stevenson.
Ramondre.
I think I go Nick Chubb there, man. Nick Chubb or I mean, let's say Zach Charbonnet.
I'll take the volume from Chubb because I think Chubb could get in the end zone, but I think so was Ramondre.
Okay.
Ramondre's going to get more volume than people think.
Nick Chubb or J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins, not even close.
Nick Chubb or R.J. Harvey. I think I lean R.J. Harvey.
I'll go R.J. Harvey.
That's sad.
I'll go
That's
R.J.
sad to
Harvey.
say. And I think we could see our opinion could change very quickly today if Nick Chubb goes up there and he looks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If he looks
Week one is
to
always
be
the
half,
expectations
if he's
change.
half as good as what he was, you know, 3 years ago, then I'll be very quick to change my opinion. But I don't expect that to happen. That's
I
a
want to see the
devastating
bounce
injury.
back. I mean, yeah, I want to see the bounce back from Nick Chubb. He's been a hero for so long, you know.
He has.
A
Man.
guy who just scores a touchdown, hands the ball to the ref. He's one of the best pros in the
good,
league,
yeah.
honestly.
He's a pros
Yeah.
pro.
So we want to see the
exactly.
bounce back.
But yeah, I do have the Rams covering here and winning at home. Give me the over on this game. Give me the over on this game. I know you said the defense and everything, but I think C.J. Stroud's scrambling ability. I think the offensive line does hurt, of course, but I think C.J. Stroud has. He's a crazy improviser and super creative in the pocket, and outside the pocket is where he
Good
thrives.
improviser, yeah.
So I think you're going to see a lot of Jaden Higgins. You're going to see a lot of Nico Collins. You're going to see C.J. Stroud really look like he did that rookie year. I think you're going to see a bounce back year for him, but I just think it's going to be in spite of the offensive line. So yeah, give me the over. Give me the Rams to cover though.
I'm with you 100%. Baltimore at Buffalo. Baltimore favored on the road here, 50 and a half under over. God, I expect this to be a shootout. Week one, I guess it's why it's prime time. I mean, this is a playoff game.
Yeah,
This
highest
could be the
over
AFC
under of the
Championship.
week.
I got Buffalo winning this game at home.
I do too.
You got to find losses for Baltimore somewhere. I got them going to the Super Bowl. But Buffalo on the road, this is tough. This is a tough game, and they can come in and win it. They can come in and win it. Baltimore can, but I expect it to be really close. But I'm taking Buffalo at home.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I got Buffalo winning at home too. You know, the Ravens are favored, but yeah, there's just one problem with this, and it's a guy named Josh Allen. I don't know if you know him. I don't know if you've heard of him. But
I know him better than almost
he's
anybody.
pretty good at football.
I know him better than almost
Yeah,
anybody. There's some
the
Patriots
guy's
fans,
pretty
but
good at football. He's gonna go out
yeah.
there and he's gonna do what he does. For some reason, he's gonna have Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman out there with like 50 yards, and then he's still gonna pass for like 330 yards and 3 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown, and it's gonna be stupid. You're gonna be like, who did he even throw the ball to? Every receiver has less than 50 yards, except he has 300 still somehow.
This is gonna be such a fun game. I'll be pulling for Baltimore to go in there and King Henry to run all over them. Love to see that.
Of
So
course.
I think that they're very similar teams in like the receiving game, and like Shakir really kind of like Zay Flowers. I think Dalton Kincaid can make the next. I think he could be a post hype sleeper. He ran more vertical routes than I think any tight end last year, and the coaches believe in him. I don't know
Dalton
if they believe in him
Kincaid.
now, but he did battle injury. I could see him doing a little something this year, but keep your eyes on him. I'd start Andrews over Kincaid this week. I really like Andrews, but
Agreed.
this is going to be a fun game. I
It
mean, start
is, man.
Flowers, start Andrews, Bateman. How you feel about
Sure,
Bateman?
sure. Start him. 50.5 points, man. Start the
Over
guy.
Bateman or Juwan Jennings?
Jawan Jennings.
Bateman.
Bateman or Jaden Higgins?
That's a good one.
I think I go Jaden Higgins there, just because they
I'll
have to have
take
it.
I'll take Bateman. I need to
Oh,
see it from
Bateman
the
could be
rookie
good. He got
first.
paid, dude. He got paid.
I'll take Bateman.
Yeah, Bateman could be
That's
fun, dude.
close
Bateman could
though.
be a fun start. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, Bateman or Keon Coleman.
Bateman.
Bateman, I agree with that. But Keon Coleman, could take that step.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, everything you're saying, this is going to be such a fun game. I got the Bills winning the game. 50.5 points.
A lot of points, but
That's a
that's
lot of
probably gonna
points.
hit.
It's probably gonna hit, dude. I
That's
want
a
to say
tough one. I would not touch that.
I
I would
wouldn't
not
touch it
touch that.
either, but if I had to make a call on this, I would say don't bet on this line, but I would take the over just because it's fun to say the over.
Anybody, of course, James Cook's in. Uh, Dalton Cage probably on your waiver wires in redraft. How are you? I
Probably,
mean, I feel like we pretty much covered it with these skill positions. I mean,
yeah. It's gonna be a
Lamar
fun
Allen's
game.
in. You're going to see fireworks, but
James Cook. I mean, how do we feel about
of
him? He's
course,
gonna have an incredible game, right?
yeah, he's in. He's locked in. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think we can move on to our last game of the slate, which is my Minnesota Vikings. Nah, just kidding. The Minnesota Vikings versus the Bears on the road in Chicago. The Vikings are favored -1.5, which I think is right, honestly. And you got an over under of 43.5 points. I got the Vikings winning this game. I got them covering.
I
Of
do too.
course, this is 1.5 points. I think you're going to see JJ McCarthy just go out there and look just like Sam Darnold did. I mean, he's going to look good because I don't care. Like, if you told me a guy that never played quarterback versus the way Sam Darnold was playing quarterback, yeah, I would take the guy that never played quarterback in the NFL. And Sam Darnold had
Yeah.
35 touchdowns, so
Yeah, Darnold's like trash everywhere he's been until he met Kevin O'Connell. But I do expect there to be some nerves from McCarthy. There's been a lot of expectations, a lot of built up. He's coming off the injury too, and Kevin O'Connell's going to run the ball. They're going to want to run the ball on the road, protect a quarterback, and I expect a big game out of Hawkinson. Though I think Hawkinson's going to be a good play this week, just because it's right there at the line of scrimmage. It's right there near the quarterback. Let's keep it safe. Let's go play action. Of course, Justin Jefferson is
of
Justin
course,
Jefferson. You expect big things out of him. But this
absolutely.
Bears defense, I think they were like the best against fantasy quarterbacks last year. It's a really good defense. And it's going to be a tough game for Minnesota on the road. It would not surprise me if the Bears won this game, but I am going Minnesota. I'm going Minnesota to cover.
Yeah, yeah, I like that take. Chicago, they added a lot of pieces to the offensive line.
They
DeAndre
did.
Swift should be better. I mean, but you have some beat up. Should be a
Should,
smashed play this week, honestly.
DeAndre
With
Swift should be a fun play. Yeah,
he
be good.
is, but
Now
you know,
Loveland, I'm waiting on the tight end position for the Bears. I'm waiting
well,
on.
just like Sam Darnold in Seattle, I think this entire Bears offense rides on Caleb Williams. Um, God, dude, I don't know. I don't know if I believe in him or not, man. It just depends. He's got all the weapons in the world. He's got the offensive line. He's got Ben Johnson. Um, I just don't. I don't know if I believe. And I think me saying that the Vikings are going to win this game tells me that I don't believe.
Yeah, it's more stability around like the offense and Kevin O'Connell there, and everything is just so new and unknown for the Bears. It seems like we like the identity, and yeah, we think the identity of the Bears is going to be through the air, but we just don't. We haven't seen it. We really haven't seen it. So there's a lot of optimism in Chicago. They could start off hot. I'm really excited to see. This is one of the teams that I'm really excited to see. Like, how do they look? What do they do? Is Ben Johnson really going to help Caleb Williams with all these weapons? No quarterback has ever started with this surplus of weapons.
Yeah,
It's insane. I mean, DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Luther the third, two top like not top tight ends, but two well-rounded tight ends in Cole
definitely.
Kmet and Loveland, and you bring back you improve the offensive line. I mean, the expectations are them for them to make the playoffs. If I was a Bears fan, you expect that, because I was being hopeful. I think they're going to finish last in the division, but we'll see. I have my doubts on Caleb Johnson as well, but I got the Vikings covering this game.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a fair take. I agree with everything you just said. Um, do you want to move on to some DFS?
Let's do it. I got a cash line up. Let's do some
Okay, I also have a cash lineup. I'll let you. Who do you have at quarterback in cash?
cash line up. I don't have a turn yet. A quarterback for 6,900. I got Joe Burrow.
Okay, at quarterback for 6,100, I have Jordan Love.
Okay, nice, nice. And running backs, I have James Conner against New Orleans for 6,100, and I have Austin Eckler for 4,800.
Oh, it's such a good value.
The running back.
I have Jonathan Taylor at 6,800, and I have Chuba Hubbard at 6,000 at running back.
I have Jonathan Taylor in the flex. I guess I should have put him in my running back too. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor for 6,800 is in my flex. I think he's a smash play. I think he could end up with the running back one this week. Not that he will. I wouldn't bet on that,
He
but I
could
think
though.
it's
Yeah, he
possible.
could. Yeah.
Yeah. A receiver, I got Jamar Chase to stack with 8,100.
Beautiful.
I have Emeka Ibuka for 4,600, and I have Ricky Pearsall for 4,500.
I love it, man. I have Jerry Judy for 5,400 at wide receiver. I have
Good play.
Drake London for 6,500 against the Bucks, and I have
That's a good
Jalen
play, too.
Waddle for 5,700 against the Colts.
Okay, okay. It's the bounce back.
Yeah.
I like it. Who you got a tight end?
I have George Kittle for 5,800.
Oh, that's nice. I got David Njoku. So we're betting on that Cincinnati defense to kind of give up some points today.
Yeah, we are, and I actually have Hunter Henry in the flex at 3,900.
Oh wow, nice.
Double tight end.
I got Jonathan Taylor there. At DST, I got 3,500 Arizona versus New Orleans.
And I have the Broncos versus the Titans for 3,800. It's the highest one, but I mean it's against rookie quarterback at home. You know how I feel about that.
It's been fun, dude. It's good to get back into the whole Sunday live, like just ramping it up, getting to go through all these games is always fun, and everybody's excited about these games. It's football season. We're
For
back.
sure, man. I have a few props to go through too.
Okay.
Obviously underdog and prize picks and everything's heating up. So, um, South Carolina, we can't sports bet. However, we can play games, and that's what this is. We're playing games.
You
So
want to play a game?
I have a parlay. It's a three leg, which that's risky. Of course, you got to take that for
Mm-hmm.
what it is. But
Of course.
I prefer to stick to two legs, but I believe in this one. I have Emeka Egbuka over 4.5 receptions.
Love it.
I have Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, or Bill Krosky as we know him,
The new hotness.
under 33.5 rushing yards.
Oh man, that's gonna be fun to see how that goes.
And I have A.J. Barner under 22.5 receiving yards for the Seahawks. I don't think he's the tight end
Okay.
one there. I think he's the backup tight end, and I think 22.5 is too high. So, yeah, Emeka Egbuka over 4.5 receptions, A.J. Barner under 22.5, and
I like
Bill
those.
Krosky under 33.5 rushing.
I like those a lot.
Is
Anything else you want to touch on before we close it out, man?
Nah,
It's been a
man,
lot
it's
of fun.
not. It's not. Good luck in your fantasy lineups, man. Everybody watching, good luck. Um, let's do it, man. We are back. It's football season. We got 7 hours of red zone football coming our way in about an hour and 22 minutes. So
Don't say it like that. Don't
that's
say
how
it
it's
like
said
that.
now. Sadly, man, that's
You're
what the world.
missing. You're missing something.
That's the
Commercial
world.
free. Where's it
That's the
at?
world we're living in now. Sadly,
I know it's a shame. Next thing it'll be Red
Mr.
Zone
Beast.
Plus.
It'll be Mr. Beast hosting red zone before you know it.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's been so much fun. Catch us here at 10:30 every Sunday. We're gonna go through all these games every Sunday. It's gonna be so much fun. But yeah, good
It
luck to
is,
you
man.
and your props and your fantasy teams. And thanks everyone for watching. And yeah, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next
Yeah,
week.
that's exactly.